This is how it started. So I don't know if you paid attention to media days, but it popped out at me when I was thinking back to this season. Success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. Henry David Thoreau. That embodies this team. They never embraced the success. They never acknowledged the success. You know what they kept doing? They just kept chopping wood. They just kept chopping wood. This program will never change from that quote, because when you start looking for success, you start acknowledging success, is when you lose it. This program was built on hard work and sacrifice. I look across this field over here at a lot of these former players that helped build this program long before I came, and some while we were here. To walk in our locker room today and see 4 or 5 guys that were in that 2017 locker room, the lasting memory I have of them is tears in their eyes, falling one play, 1 second short. We wouldn't be here today without those same men that gave so much for UGA. To those former players and guys that have been here, I say thanks. You know, it's not easy to sit up here today because I can't figure out if I keep getting goosebumps because I'm getting goosebumps or I'm just cold. But it's a really special moment when I hear the names of the people that keep getting called, okay? I want to think back to when this whole thing started. 93K Day started right here in the spring of 2016, and you guys answered the bell as fans, and we appreciate you. I've seen you take over Indy twice. We're requesting to get part ownership in that state because I've seen you take over Indy twice. You guys have been tremendous. You travel wherever we go and you take over stadiums. I have a lot of appreciation for that. It makes this a special place. You know, we have a tremendous group of different prospects here, and when you have that, they acknowledge a fan base that loves its university, that loves its state, and these players do the same thing. You make it special. One thing about connection. We mentioned connection. If you had to say there's one theme of this team, every one of these players can tell you. 1 + 1 equals 3 in our system, because we know we're greater together. We are better together. We learned that this year with this team. They took a strong leap forward into buying into the beliefs within the organization. And I don't want to single any one person out, but our players know we had several team meetings where they stood up and talked. And I asked them, what's different about this team? And to a T, every man talked about the buy-in of the organization. We had guys who weren't playing, and they said, what's different about this team, Coach, is we know our role, but every team knows their role, every player knows their role. We're bought into our role. We understand that if we're not the starter, we're to support the starter. If we're the backup, we're supposed to be ready to play. And guys bought into that. Fifth-year seniors bought into that, and I respect that. I respect that because these men bought into that, and it was strong. Going back to the word connection, you know, I think back, I look around the stadium, and there's connection at every turn. You know, I look up, and Coach Dooley's name across that field, and I think about the connection, and one of the first people I saw after that national championship was to hug Coach Dooley's neck, and for what he's meant to this state and this city is tremendous. He's given so much and so much sacrifice. Thank you, Coach Dooley. Coaches here long before me, Coach Goff, Coach Donnan, Coach Rick, meant so much to this university and myself, and we're so close so many times. All the hundreds and thousands of players that played here before this group, since the 80 group, is really tremendous, and so many people have reached out. That 1980 team, you'll never be forgotten. You guys have been tremendous. They've supported us, and they've wanted this to happen, and after 41 years, it's happened, and it's really special. So as I wrap up, because I know these players want me to shut up so they can go get warm and get out of here, but it's moments and events like this that allow us to look back and allow us to look forward. And you look back to honor and appreciate 3 super seniors, guys like Schaefer, White, Rochester, who came back with an opportunity to do something special. Julian Rochester crying in the SEC championship locker room will always be kind of burnt into my memory and was a driving force for me to work to get us back for an opportunity to win that, because he was in that locker room in 2017. He was in that SEC championship locker room, but he was damn sure in that locker room in Indy too, and it meant a lot to a lot of people. 4 captains you'll be remembered forever for this team, voted on by their peers: Jordan Davis, Jamari, Zamir, Nakobe, special leaders. The thing that will resonate with me and I'll remember the most is there was no defined one leader. And I've heard people say that, I never understood it. There was not one leader. There really wasn't 4 leaders. There were a bunch of leaders on this team, but for those 4 guys to get named captain, it's really special. A tremendous honor to coach a group that was as connected as this group was. So it's also important to look forward, challenge the remaining new players that are arriving, new players that are remaining with our team, that a new standard of excellence has been set. Excellence in leadership, excellence moving forward. We expect them to hold that same standard for a long time to come at UGA. So that brings me to this point, and this is how it ended. We're burning the boats, baby, and we're coming back. Go Dogs. Thank you.